We are starting now with the today's webinar with the friction state training. I start with my first slide. This is the basic terminology of the standard arms. As you, I will go from left to right. As you can see my cursor, you can see that. I just highlight. As you can see on the screen, I start from left to right. This is called end cap, which is highlighted here. This is called the first arm. This is called the second arm. This is the third arm. And this is the fourth arm. And this is called channel. This is called channel. It is like this in the geometry. And your slider slides inside this. This is called friction slide or slider, which slides in this channel along with the help of these arms to open the window, either top hung or side hung. Hope this is clear. Are you able to, the speed is correct, or should I go little faster?
No, okay.
Speed is okay?
Go faster also.
Yes.
Huh? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, coming to the next slide. Basic terminology, as we have already discussed regarding egress opening, we will discuss today. Stack height we will discuss, and what is vent, what is frame, cavity, cover, easy clean, restrictor. These are all the points which are we are going to cover now. Friction stays are meant and designed to be used in both side hung as well as top hung. Commonly, they are used in UPVC, aluminum windows, and wooden windows also. There are two main types of friction stays, either used in top hung, which is when the sash opens from the top, but the friction stays are secured to the side of the window frame and sash, or side hung, which is when the opening sash is secured from the top and the bottom of the window and sash. As you can see here, this is the typical side hung opening window with the friction stays. As you can see, and window handle is at the side of the opening here, and the hinges are on the top and the bottom of the opening. The window pushes out the side like the door opening. This will come like this, as we all know. This is a top hung opening window. The handle is in the bottom, as you can see here. The hinges are on the side of the opening, and the window pushes out from the bottom. We have to push the window from the bottom. This is bottom hung window. As we all know, the handle is fixed on the top or on the side also, it's possible nowadays. And hinges are on the side of the opening at the bottom. These are the hinges where I will highlight here for your convenience. The hinges are fixed like this in the bottom. They are always like this, and handle is either here or any side, and window is open like this. This is open. It could be open outside or open inside. Okay. Next slide. These are the parallel windows, as you can see on the screen. The handle can either be on the side or on the bottom. We have developed the new interlock ultra interlock mechanism in the parallel arm opening. With the help of this arm, thank you for it, the handle could be used in any side, and from a single point you can push the window. to open it very easily. The hinges are fitted all around the window. From all the four sides, the hinges are fixed in this. The hinges need to be fixed here, 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 and here. All the four side ventilation is possible in the same way. All the four side, the arms are fixed. Parallel windows provide ultimate natural ventilation by allowing airflow around the entire of the window. The wind is the way the air ventilation or smoke evacuation is possible from all the four sides inside the window. That's why it's highly recommended and used for uh, for the windows where air evacuation is required more or natural ventilation with more percentage is required. Okay. Types of friction stays we offer are heavy duty friction stay, then standard duty friction stays, extreme friction stays, and parallel stays, and variety of other accessories just like friction arm locking wedges, stay guards, to mention of the few. Okay. Coming to next slide. These are a couple of definitions concerned with heavy duty. We start with the heavy duty friction stays. Heavy duty friction stay come in both side hung and top hung variants, and they are having 16-17 stack height. As you can see here, what is stack height? This is very important to understand. This is the stack height, which I am highlighting over the screen. 16-17 is the stack height, which is the difference or gap between your sash frame and the outer frame. Imagine this is to be fixed in the shutter frame, and this is always fixed in the outer frame. The gap between both is called stack height, which is very, very important. They come in stack height of 16-17. They are made up out of 304 stainless steel. The channel is 22 mm wide and 1.2 mm thick. This is channel thickness, what we are talking about. And the arm are 2.5 mm thick or even 3 mm thickness is also available with a width of 19 mm. Moving to next slide. Heavy duty restricted arms. Heavy duty restricted arms are basically and 16 inches. And they are been tested for 50,000 cycles. It can be operated in three different angle of opening. Could be used in side hung and top hung.
কথা বলবো তোকে চুপ করতে বললে কেন
Okay, coming back to our slide. As you can see in this chart, if anybody is having any question, just unmute yourself. And there was outside noises, that's why I mute to all. If anybody is having any question, just raise the hand and unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Any
And
question?
no, in the end, Tanmay, in the end, we will having a question answer session, but in between anything specific regarding speed or anything, a very important question, you can ask in between also.
Okay.
Moving ahead, these are heavy duty restricted arms, which comes in 10 inches and 16 inches. I will just demonstrate quickly how to read our charts. As you can see here, this is the product details which are given, whether it is 10 inches or 16 inches. Then the next column will show about the top hung or side hung. As you can see here, it is your top hung or side hung. It will denote over here. Then the size in inches is written over here, and the same in mm is written here. This size is of arm. It has nothing to do with the vent. There is confusion at couple of occasions that this size is the width of the window. This is related to the arm. Arm length has been specified just for a better understanding. Whenever you talk about the top hung, the height is very important. And when you talk about the side hung arm selection, width is very important. As you can see here in the top hung, if you select HD10R, 615 is the maximum height you can go, and maximum weight you can take is 50 kgs. And angle of opening are mentioned here, 50° and 84° respectively, along with 50 kgs and 40 kgs window. When you select about HD16R, it could be used in top hung. Maximum height you can go 800 mm. Width is not that important, but to just limit it, it has been restricted to 2 meters. And angle of opening, 3 different angle of openings are possible. With 30°, 100 kgs, you can open the window top hung. With 50 kgs, 55 kgs, 50° you can open. And if the weight is reduced up to 50 kgs, you can open window up to 90° also in top hung. Similarly, if you talk about the side hung opening windows and the arm, you can see here HD10 arm is there. It is used in side hung. Both the designs of HD10R in top hung and side hung is same, but its application, because of its application, its sizes differ. In side hung, your width is important. That's why it's suggested not to go beyond 660 and height 1524. You cannot go beyond this height, but most importantly in side hung is 660 mm width. In HD16R, when it is used in side hung, it is suggested not to go beyond 750 or 762 mm and 1.6 meter of height and 42 kgs of weight. Both the arms are similar. That's why the opening details, opening angles are same. As you can see here, both are same. In couple of arms, both are different. Which I will highlight in next coming slides. HD10R, they have again given the details which we discussed in the last slide. It looks like this. It is having 4 holes to fix in the sash. Similarly, 4 holes to fix in the outer frame. This is HD16R details. How it looks, it's shown on in the picture of the slide. Coming to next part of our hinges, those are self-balancing. Self-balancing hinge means when you open the window, because in the top hung especially, because of the weight of the window, whether it is 100 kgs or 120 kgs or 120 kgs or 180 kgs, the window shouldn't collapse back to its locking position. It is always recommended to use self-balancing arms when it is required. The window shouldn't collapse back or get back to locking position. That's why especially in the top hung heavy duty windows, top hung windows especially, self-balancing stays are recommended. They come in 3 different variants: HD22 SB. In this, H stands for heavy, D for duty, 22 is its length, and SB is self-balancing. Then next is HD26 180, and third is HD 28 inches. They are applicable in top hung only. Tested for 50,000 cycles. Could be used in UPVC, aluminum, and timber as well. Now, how to read this chart? I will show you. This is HD22 SB arm used in top hung. its length in inches, its length in mm. Now regarding window, these two columns you need to refer. The window height shouldn't go beyond 1.5 meter, and weight shouldn't go 100 kgs if you intend to use 20 degree, less than 20 degrees, and shouldn't exceed 80 kgs if you intend to open beyond 20 degrees up to 40 degrees. This is HD 28 inches arm used in top hung. Maximum height you can go up to 2.2 meter, 100 kgs of weight possible, 20-degree opening is possible. And last in the category and most important and highest among the industry standards is HD 26 180 arm used in top hung. Its length in inches is 27.1. In mm length comes to almost 690. And height of the window in top hung glazing or top hung casement, it can take up to 2.5 meter, which is really very high. Normally doors are also 2.1, 2.2 meter. It is beyond that. And weight is also really very massive. 180 kgs of weight is very easily possible to hold with this arm. And 20 degree is the recommended degree of opening. In fact, it locks at that particular degree of opening. Moving next. This is regarding HD22 SB details. Again, they have explained in a separate slide. How it looks, it's shown here. Before we move further, I will just highlight a couple of important points. As you can see on this slide, this in the C channel and in the fourth arm, there are a couple of holes which are used to fix the arm, in which these arms are oblong holes and these are round holes. These are round holes and these are elliptical or oblong holes. Similarly, on the C channel, two are oblong holes. In couple of arms, those are 2 or 3 also. Here you can see these are round holes. What are its function? I'm going to explain you in next slide. This is HD 26 inches arm. Before that, I will explain HD 28 inches arm. In fact, this is having a capacity of 100 kgs. There could be one question from your side that why HD 28 inches? Its length is 28 inches and it's having capacity to hold just 100 kgs. And HD 26 inches is 2 inches less in size, and it is having a capacity of 80 kgs more as compared to 28 inches. Now I will show you the difference between 28 inches arm and 26 inches arm. In the photo, as you can see here, the third arm of 28 inches arm is just like what you see over here. It is normal in the size as compared to other arms. Only ribbing is done. But if you check the 26 inches arm photo, you can see here, this arm size is more as compared to 28 inches arm, and it is ribbed. As you can know, I hope you are from mechanical background. Also, if you are not from mechanical background, I would like to explain you that if there is a sheet metal state, it doesn't have that much strength. If you bend it in the channel, it increases its weight carrying capacity and mechanical properties. Similarly, there are C channels available in the market. There are I channels also available in the market, which increases the capacity of material. Only sheet metal has very less capacity, but when you turn it into C channel or I channel, its capacity increases. Similarly, there is an attempt here. You cannot make the channel here, but they have ribbed it. They rib it. Ribbing is something you punch it from the center somewhere at a particular geometrical calculations area, so that it increases the weight carrying capacity of the arm. In top hung, this particular arm, which I am highlighting, is very important. That's why to rib it is very necessary. Its thickness is also increased and its length is more than 1.5 times as compared to the fourth arm. That's why its capacity is increased drastically to 180 kgs. Hope you understand what I explained here. Coming to next slide, or next type of our uh, arms. These are 40s heavy duty arms, which starts from 16 inches up to 24 inches. We checked just now 22, 26 and 28 inches heavy duty arms, which are specially used in top hung. But now we will check about 40s heavy duty friction stays, which are used in side hung as well as top hung. I just make it this bigger for your convenience. I will tell you how to read this chart. This is product details. This is its application. These are inches size. This is its written in mm. And in side hung, as I explained earlier also, in side hung, the width of window is important. That's why here they have only mentioned the width. Height is not that important as long as you don't exceed the weight parameter. Weight shouldn't go beyond suggested. That is fine. This is side hung 16 inches 3 mm, which can go up to a window wide 750 mm, maximum weight 45 kgs, 88 degrees is possible in opening it. Especially when you use a side hung window, it is required people's requirement that window should open 90 degrees. But you will see normally, apart from one hinge, here all the hinges or almost all the hinges are been locked at 88 degrees. The reason of locking the hinge at 88 degrees is you take the window, as you can, if you are able to see me in the video, you just look at me. If this is my window inside him, and you open completely in the 90 degree, the window and the slider gets locked and jammed in that particular angle, and unless and until you provide a jerk there, the slider doesn't gets released and comes back. That is the reason 2 degrees before normally it, or 5 to 6 degrees before it, it is locked by the company design, so that it makes easy for the end user to bring back the window to the locking position. Moving next, HD 16 2.5 inches side hung arm, possible 750 again, but the weight, since the thickness of the arm here in the first category it was 3 mm, in the second category it is 2.5 mm. This denotes HDA heavy duty arm 16 inches with the arm 3 mm thick. Here the arm thickness 2.5 mm. That's why the weight is reduced to, for 3 kgs it's reduced, it comes to 42 kgs, but the same 88 degree it's possible to open. Again, HDA 18 inches 3 mm side hung arm, possible with 60 kgs it's possible. 1 meter wide window is also possible, but only 15 degrees achievable in side hung. But if you reduce to 100 less wide window, width of the window, 43 kgs is possible at 88 degrees of opening. Similarly, HDA 18 inches 2.5, then 24 inches is the highest with 3 thickness, where 1.2 meter wide window you can make 40 kgs and 20 degree opening is possible. In the same way, the top hung arms are there. Among that, highest is HDA 24 inches 3 where 1.8 meter high window you can design, and 140 kgs weight it's possible. With 2.5 thickness, 115 kgs is possible, and 20 degree in both the cases it will limit the opening, and in other cases 27.5 degree is possible to open. In this case, the names are same as I in my earlier slides I explained. At couple of occasions the arms are same. In this case, the arms names are same. As you can see here, HDA 16 inches 3 the same arm name is here also, but both the arms are different. That you can make out with the help of degree of opening. Here 88 degree is possible. Here the window will not open beyond 27.5 degree. That means if anyone use the top hung arm in side hung, he will not be able to open the window beyond 27.5 degrees, and maybe he will not be happy to use it, and he will give back the window, give back the hardwares. That's why it's not suggested to use side hung friction stays in top hung or top hung friction stays in side hung. If you consider the case vice versa, if anybody use the side hung arm in top hung, and the window will open beyond 27.5 degree, and which is not recommended, and it is risky as fabrication point of view and end customer point of view. Moving to next slide, this is HDA 16 inches arm. The details are given how it looks. It looks like this. In the top hung arm, it looks like this. As you can see, there is some geometrical difference between both the arms. If you can make out, otherwise I will also explain. You can see here the length of fourth arm in top hung is longer, and this arm is average in top hung. Whereas in side hung, you can see the third arm is longer and the fourth arm is shorter. This is the design requirement. This is regarding HDA 18 inches details which we already covered. This is how it looks in side hung. This is how it looks in top hung. These are details of HDA 24 inches arm, which is same in top hung as well as side hung. Okay, now coming to standard duty friction stays, which we already covered. These are the details. It comes in 13-14 stack height, and 16-17 stack height also. It comes in 304 stainless steel and 430 stainless steel also. Even 316 stainless steel is available on request. The channel thickness is 18.4 and 0.8 is its thickness. An arm is 2 thick and 15.9 wide. These are all the details shown over here. This is how its standard duty or semi-dex arm now we are going to cover, or we call it as a light duty also in our vernacular language. I will just can you if you're able to see my cursor, this is used in top hung and side hung. Better I show another chart so that it's easy for you to understand. This is light duty chart, latest one. The chart which we referred earlier and this chart is same, but in this we have arranged all the arms top hung together and side hung together for ease of referring of end customer. As you can see here, this is the product details given. Now the second one is whether it is used to be used in side hung or top hung. This is its length in inches. This is arm length in mm. This is the window dimensions. Window shouldn't be wide more than 1.2 meters, and this is the window height, and this is the window weight, stack height 13, 14 and 16, 17, and degree of opening applicable. This is the 8 inches detail, 10 inches, 12 inches, 16 inches, 20 inches, 24 inches. 24 inches is the maximum you can go, and the weight is possible 50 kgs and height 1.5 meter. The more, right, starting from 6 inches to 24 inches, every 2 inches there is a different arm, because the length increased by 100 mm and 150 mm. That's why there are always option of the arms. Never compromise to use the lower arm in the bigger window. If the arm is bigger, window is smaller, that will work, and that is safe also. Or safety it is called. But if you do vice versa, it is always danger. That, for example, if your window size is 750 mm height and you use 12 inches arm, it is never suggested, because the capacity of the arm is already mentioned 600 mm high, and the weight is 21 kgs, and probably in your window weight is 22 or 23 kgs, and height, since it is 750, this arm is not suitable. Now moving to the same arm, how it could be used in side hung light duty. As you can see here, this chart from here to here, it is for 8 inches, 10 inches, 12 inches, 16 inches, and its height is mentioned here, 1.2 mm height, then up to the 1300 is given. But as we checked earlier, the height is not that important in side hung. The width is important. That's why starting from 400 mm to maximum 700 mm wide window could be done with the light duty friction stays, and maximum opening, maximum weight of the window is 26 kgs, and both strike heights are possible, and 83 degree is the maximum opening degree with HS 90 60 16 inches, and only 90 degree is possible in HS 90 10 inches. Hope this is clear. Coming back to our presentation. Okay, this is HS 100 8 inches, how it looks. This is the 10 inches arm photo. This is 12 inches arm photo. This is 16 inches arm photo. This is 20 inches arm photo. And this last but not least, this is HS 100 24 inches arm photo. There are two more type of arm which are specially custom made for OEM suppliers for our UK based customer, and it is supplied there also, but it has been gained in popularity. The good thing about this is the fourth arm is very long. As you can see here, the fourth arm is long, and at the end there is a punching over there. The benefit of this punching is it brings, when the window is in close position, it automatically locks the window. Tuck. There is a tuck effect there. It locks the window, just like sash alignment plug. What is function of sash alignment plug? I will explain in short. Whenever you bring the window to the theoretical close position, for example, theoretical close position is 0 0 and window is 2 mm about to close it and it has not reached the theoretical position, and you try to lock the window, sometimes you realize that window has not come to that position. You make the window, if it is open outside, you pull the window towards yourself, and if it is open inside, you push the window towards the lock position, and then pull your one hand and you lock it. This is called the bringing the window to theoretical position. Unless and until you bring the window to its zero position, you shouldn't lock the window, because it will damage your other accessories. It will damage the pole, it will damage the striker, it will damage the rod terminals and other accessories. To avoid this, these accessories are given. This is inbuilt function in this arm, which is not available in other arms. This is meant to bring the window in theoretical position. Sash alignment plug is separate accessory which does the same function, which is inbuilt in this arm. This is called HS216 and this is called HS201. This is 10 inches and this is 16 inches. 12 inches, sorry, and other one is 16 inches. Now coming to other type of arm, that is called egress stays. What is egress stay? I will explain you. I come to the earlier slides of our top hung, side hung. As you can see here, this is side hung arm. Egress stay is always used in the side hung arm. I open the highlighter again. Okay. As you can see here, if this is side hung window and this width is, imagine this width to be 700 mm, and inside hung normally the window opens up to 88 degrees or 83 degrees to have more and more clear opening. This is the clear opening achieved, and this 15 to 20% area goes backside of the opening, and the function of it is one can clean the window by putting hand from backside and clean the glass from inside. The outside glass could be cleaned very well. This is the function in normal all the arms used in side hung. But if in case of emergency, imagine this this hinge is used in some hospital, or it is used in colleges or in government building, or somewhere public place where the panic happens, and imagine these windows are in the ground floor or first floor where evacuation of people is required to be done at very uh, urgent time or very less time. What could be done in this case? And in this case, this butt hinges type of window is required, which could be opened from the pivot point till end, or a 90-degree opening is required. This space, more than this, less than this space, more the opening you will achieve, so that a person can easily run out of window, or a firefighting person can easily enter from outside to inside. I repeat once again, in normally side hung windows, there is a gap in backside for cleaning of the window, but unfortunately, it restricts a person to go outside easily. If a very healthy or hefty person is there, he will always, this window will resist him to go outside, or a firefighting person who intends to enter inside, he will find very difficulty along with his equipments to enter inside. To simplify this, company has developed a arm which can open the window up to 90 degrees just like butt hinge. Your butt hinges open the window till 90 degrees pivot point. Similarly, by using egress arms, you can open the window at 90 degrees. This is the function of egress arm, which are built in three designs: heavy duty, medium duty, and light duty. I will explain in next slides. Egress arms over here. There are three type of egress arms. One is meant for very heavy duty side hung openings, and always remember that egress is always used only in side hung, where clear opening of 90 degrees required and easy evacuation of the people is required. It's never used in top hung. As the chart denotes here, HD16E is used in side hung arm, and width possible is almost 750 or 762 mm. 42 kgs is possible. 88 degrees is the achieved opening in this. This is how it looks. This comes and collapse here, and a complete 90-degree opening is possible. If you check this, the arm will come like this. That's why almost 90 degree you get after uh, after opening the window, and easily a person can run out of the window, or a firefighting person can enter inside. Unlike the normal arms, it has an space here, and it restricts it opens like this. Your fourth arm comes here, and your window is like this. From here it's possible to clean the window from outside, putting the hand from inside, which is not possible in fact in this type of arms. In egress it's not possible to clean the window from inside. These are its medium duty arms, which could be used in 30 or 35 kgs, as the chart shows here. It is possible to have 30 kgs or 35 kgs, which comes in two different stack heights, 1314 and 1617. And window can go up to 750 or 950 wide, which is very good. In fact, among, if you check our competition arms, this is the best arm which we are providing, tested up to 25,000 cycles, made out of 304 or 430, could be made in 316 stainless steel also, with a required MOQ. This is how it looks. HS16 19 inches arm, HS 16 inches 90 extreme arm. This is the last among the end opening arms or egress arms. These are light duty arms which are used 10 inches and 16 inches, which could be used in 21 kgs of arm and 600 wide window, and 80 degrees and 84 degrees of angle opening respectively is possible after using this. This is how they look. Last among this type of arm, there is always a question that person wants to use an egress arm, but he wants to open the or clean the window from the outside also, which is not possible. If you use egress, it comes to 90-degree, you cannot clean the window. You clean the window normally inside and windows, putting hand from backside of the arm, but those are not egress. a combined feature we have in an arm that is called egress easy clean, as this picture shows. These are egress easy clean arms. In this, a latch or a button is given. By pushing this button beyond, you can take it to cleaning mode, and after that you close the window. Automatically the window will go to the egress mode, 90-degree opening mode, and clear opening fire exit mode. Because cleaning activities once a while, at that time you can just latch it from the top and bottom, and you can open the window. I will show a short video explaining it so that the concept is clear. Hope you can see the video. As you can see here, on all the egress windows will open like this. There is no gap here. It's just like a butt hinge where the window opens completely, having full exit area for. ये इजी क्लीन का ऑप्शन मिल गया है यहाँ से। यहाँ पे गैप पहले नहीं था, अभी यहाँ गैप मिल गया है, जिससे आप विंडो अंदर से बाहर से क्लोज कर सकते हो। तो डिफॉल्ट मोड पे वो चला जाएगा फिर से 90 डिग्री। 12 और 16 इंच में मिलेगा ये। कमिंग बैक टू स्लाइड, कि ये इसका ये दिखने में ऐसा है और ये इसका फायदा है ईग्रेस इजी क्लीन का बेनिफिट। ये इसका कंपैरिजन चार्ट है स्टैंडर्ड ड्यूटी, एक्सट्रीम और हेवी ड्यूटी का। ये इसके डिटेल्स लिखे हुए हैं यहाँ पे। लास्ट पार्ट अपने जो आर्म का है, जो इस पर चलते हैं। ये पैरेलल आर्म के बारे में जानकारी है। पैरेलल आर्म जो है ना, ये हमारा नया पैरेलल आर्म जो है ना, उसको अल्ट्रा पैरेलल आर्म इंटरलॉकिंग आर्म्स कहा जाता है, जो यहाँ पे मैं ड्राइंग में नेक्स्ट दिखाऊंगा। इसको अल्ट्रा इंटरलॉकिंग आर्म्स कहा जाता है। ये इस तरह से दिखते हैं। इसका बेनिफिट ये है कि एक ही हैंडल आप पूरे विंडो के अंदर लगा सकते हो। 100 या 125 किलो तक की आपकी बारी हो तो एक ही हैंडल लगा के आप इसको ओपन करोगे तो पूरी बारी जो है, पूरी विंडो जो है खुल जाएगी। योर विंडो विल ओपन completely after using only one handle. Earlier, two handles were required to open the window. Now, with the help of only one handle, thank you to this ultra interlocking mechanism, which will help you to open the window from any one point. Two handles are not required, and force is also required very less. I will just read this chart for you. It comes in 11 inches, 18 inches, and 36 inches. 18 inches and 36 inches parallel arm have opening of 180 mm, and 11 inches has opening of 95 mm. The parallel ultra has interlocking arm, as I explained. This gives greater stability and smooth operation, can be manual operated or used alongside electric actuators. Handle can be either fitted in the top, middle, or bottom of the sash. It's tested for 25,000 cycles. there are two stack heights available in this parallel arm. One is 1617, another is 2021. The channel is 22 mm wide, as you can see here, and will work in standard heavy duty profiles. This is how the 11 inches arm looks. This is how the 18 inches arm look. This is how the 36 inches arm look. And this is its matrix. Matrix is nothing but the dimension of the window, where this chart suggests how many arm and at what location you need to fix. For example, my window size is between 600 mm to 1200 mm. I need to use one 18 inches arm and 18 inches or 36 inches arm in the vertical for a height beyond 1200 to 2 meters. I need to use one pair each here. Maximum weight is allowed with the help of parallel arm is 250 kgs. But obviously, when you go about 125 kgs or say 150 kgs, it is always proposed to use actuator along with parallel arm opening. The benefit of parallel arm opening, as I already explained in the earlier of the slide, that maximum evacuation is possible of smoke from inside to outside, and maximum air ventilation is possible from outside to inside. Some question, I think somebody. If you have any questions, please ask after presentation. Okay, this is fine. After presentation, we will have. I will run a short video explaining the parallel arm concept. Hope you can see my screen. New parallel arm opening with single handle and multi-point. As you can see here, these are its main feature. This parallel arm is suitable for curtain wall and structural glazed applications. Fully concealed means it's not visible from outside arm or hardwares also. Aesthetically pleasing and are used for residential and commercial applications. 360-degree ventilation is possible from all the four sides. Limited opening. When you use this, as most of the consultant prefer not to open the window beyond 180 degrees, 80 mm. That's why in this we have locked the window to not open beyond 180 mm, because 180 mm is the standard size which has been derived from, I have read in a couple of catalogs also, that a small baby will not accidentally, if he stands over their window, he will not fall down, but he will be he will be locked over there. He will not be getting down. This is the safety standards which internationally are followed. That's why limited opening is actually already locked there, the position. No need to use additional limit arm or any other hardware along with it. Capability to increase security and safety can be operated manually as well as electrical actuators. This is interlock facility which we discussed earlier.
There is a double group section shutter actually.
Yes, yes. With 100 kgs, it's very easily you can open or close the window at single any single point locking. Uh, this was its matrix we already discussed. Coming to the last part of our presentation, almost we are about to finish our presentation. We have some additional accessories just like locking wedge, stay guards, heavy duty adjustment blocks, auto latch, cavity restrictor, friction arm, etc. This is the locking wedge, or it is called additional locking or sash seal also. Its function is to bring the window to its theoretical position, as we discussed earlier also. It acts as an additional locking. It avoids the sun effect. What is sun effect? Whenever your window is closed for a couple of months, more than 3 months, depending upon material of the selection, it's always suggested that you at least close your window once in 3 months, or maximum in 6 months. At least the window should be closed and open, so that there is pivoting of the arms and your other accessories are also workable. There is no dust accumulated in other accessories. If in case nobody opens the window, there may happen the jamming because of dust accumulation. And there is a sun effect. The profile, because of continue uh, contact with the sun, the profile gradually increases, deforms its geometry 2 to 3 There are studies of that deformation which is found in the tropical region, and deformation which is used which has been found on non-tropical areas. Both are different. And deformation in UPVC are, it's having its calculation, and in aluminum it's found the differences, the lengths are different. And in wooden windows are also couple of charts are there. In that it is found that in, especially in aluminum window and all, 2 to 3 deformation it comes, 2 that diagonally window gets twisted, or it the profile outer sash or the sash of the outer frame or the sash of the window gets deformed. Because of that, the window doesn't opens correctly after opening 3 months or 6 months, or you say after 1 year or so. That's why it's highly recommended to use this type of sash seal, which brings the window at the theoretical position and helps to close the window properly, and helps to open the window also properly. It is it can be retrofitted. It doesn't have maintenance, and behaves as an additional locking points also. These are stay guards specially used in UPVC windows where 13 or 17 stack height is there. These are adjustment blocks. This is a very important article. In fact, I will just like to explain in a little length. In fact, as you can see in this, the figure which is going to come on your screen now. The height adjustment block is used from the bottom of the arm like this, and there is an elliptical hole here which coincides with this elliptical hole. As I explained in very first slide, that there are a couple of elliptical holes or oblong holes, and couple of round holes are there. Whenever you fix this type of oblong hole, uh, you have to fix the screw in the oblong holes, which are 2 or 3 in a arm, in the channel, as well as in the fourth arm, or the arm which is going to fix in the sash. Channel is always fixed in the outer frame, and fourth arm is always fixed in the sash frame. Now you have to make sure that first of all you fix this in the outer frame. There is one hole. You have to make a hole with this the area which I am highlighting over here. This you have to make the hole in the outer frame, and you have to engage this this area will engage with here, and after that you will fix the screw here and in one more oblong hole in both the arms, and you will check whether the window position is correct. If window position is correct and there is no need to adjustment, then you can fix other holes and confirm the position. But if you feel that window is not in the correct position, it requires to be lifted 2 mm or taken down 2 mm, then it's very easy with the help of this device that you can take the window, you can just tight or untight with the help of Allen key and take the whole window up or down by 2 mm. For this exercise, normally 2-3 labors are required. Then there is a mess up of the work. Normally you cannot make a hole immediately after within 5 mm out of it. Then then the stability of arm gets defeated. To avoid this, we highly recommend to use height adjustment block in all the openables. Okay. Now this is a cavity restrictor which could be used in UPVC windows as well as in aluminum windows. It's very simple. It is having one arm with a spring, loaded spring in it, and the other part is having a pin. The height of the pin depends upon the height of the profile cavity. It is having different lengths. Every 2 mm there is a different length available. It automatically gets locked and get engaged, but whenever you want to release it, you have to put a finger over there and it gets released. Regarding limit arms or friction arms, again go back to my catalog. There are when you open a window, especially top hung or side hung, a limited opening is required. You want to restrict the opening at particular angle. For that, this limit arm is used. The heavy duty limit arm also comes in this, and a light duty also come. HD stand for heavy duty 102, FA stand for light duty 102. And depending upon your stack height, the difference between, as I explained already, difference between your outer frame and sash frame defines the stack height which to be used in the limit arm or friction stage. This is 13-14 stack height required to use this, and this is 16-17 stack height to use this particular heavy duty arm. This is how it
Irfan,
looks.
I have a question. I have a question. That's
Okay.
the FA1, the 10-inch limiter. Okay. There is a requirement of Devashish for the Siddha Sky project.
We will do one thing. Tanmay, just write it down. We will take this in the end so that I complete
Okay, okay,
our
okay,
session and we are free to
okay.
discuss the questions. Okay. Now coming, if somebody wants to lock the window in the particular angle, if suppose this will not lock the window in a particular angle, but the window will, if it is not self-balanced, it will collapse back to the lock position. It will just restrict the opening but not lock the window for self-balancing or say by the gist of the air from the outside. In this particular type of arm, it will take the load of the window as well as the load of wind, and it will lock the window in particular desired angle. As you can see, there are different type of designs in this. This is single locking latch type of limit arm or support arm, and this is the latch having different notches at different particular angles. You can lock the window. This is called tail K arm. This is called tail arm, and this is called tail K arm. Last type of we have a couple of more limit arms, but for our market and application point of view, we have selected couple of out of them, and this is last among them. You can see here, this is limit arm which is having an key. Just like we explained, there are a couple of government buildings and there are hospitals where the limited complete opening is required in egress mode, suppose. Similarly, in this type of public buildings, there is required that window shouldn't be closed for ventilation purpose. It is suppose maybe a hospital or some podium area or some area of kids school or colleges where the natural ventilation or a percentage of oxygen need to be maintained, and somebody shouldn't accidentally close the window. To avoid this, there is a key given which engages with the slider, and unless and until deliberately somebody actually applies the key, it will not close the window. It will remain, the window will remain always open. Unless and until this key is applied, the window will not close. Just like detachable handle is there and the handle with key is there, it is meant to open the window, and shouldn't somebody unauthorized person shouldn't open the window. In the same way, in this the anti-function is there, the window will not close unless and until deliberately with the key it is closed. Couple of other arms are there which are not there in the presentation, but it's there in my catalog. This is Euro arm, which is used in Eurogroup section type 1. With the help of this arm, you don't need to machine the sash frame especially. I can show you a video where you can see Euro arm. This is how you don't need machining actually while using Euro. I think I started some other video. This is the correct video. There was an powder coating layer in this particular arm. That's why the profile. That's why actually I hammered it. Normally hammering is not required. It easily goes inside in the way it has been designed. Normally what happens in your other arms, this groove is required to be machined and packers are required to use it. With the help of Euro arm, you don't need to machine anything. Simply the fourth arm you need to put inside the sash frame, and without machining anything, it's applicable. It could be used in top hung as well as side hung. I will show you the chart now, and it's very designed in a specific way. As you can see here, there are two types of arm in this. Uh, in fact, more than two types. 10 inches is there, 16 inches is there, and 22 inches is there. In top hung, you can go up to 1.5-meter high window with this Euro notch. And inside, if it is considered side hung, there are two type of arms been used in designed in this HD 10R and HD 16R, and maximum in side hung 750 wide window is achievable. Moving to the next part of our and last in this arm, actually our studies, we are glad to in fact inform that we have a arm which is the heaviest among the uh, industry, could be used in the side hung. It can take a load up to 72 kgs. In fact, as you can see here, it can take the load of 72 kgs in side hung, and 90 degrees opening is possible, and 915 wide window you can make it with the help of this arm. It is bidirectional arm, and it looks like this. Its name is AMC 5012 offset egress hinge, it is called. Coming back to our presentation and the last part, now we are going to go through and we will complete our today's presentation. Uh, there was some noise, that's why I off it. This is the friction limit arms or friction arms, how they look. This is start from beginning. In fact, this is 6 inches how it look. This is the 10 inches how it is represented. This is the 14 inches. This is 20 inches. This is 10 inches heavy duty. These are next now in the slide till 8 inches, which could be restricted at 1 degree of opening, particular degree of opening. This is till 10 inches, 12 inches, 14 inches, 16 inches, 20 inches. These are called tail K limit arms. Okay. Okay. Coming to the last part of our presentation. These are the checklist or the bullet points which we have put forward to all our fabricators, consultants, and our end users to make sure that these all things are taken into consideration before you hand over your window to end customer or to the contractor, or you take it from the contractor. In fact, ensure first I will start from the top. Ensure that the frame is secured square and parallel. In fact, what you call in Hindi is the window need to be parallel to the earth, as well as it should be positioned correctly. If the window is unfortunately not parallel to the earth or perpendicular to the particular outer, it will not perform. हिंदी में जिसको हम लोग जो है ना सूत में कहते हैं, it need to be in palm and spirit level, or it is called saul or सूत कहा जाता है उसको. The window need to be in palm and spirit level, or saul and सूत. That is called square and parallel. The outer frame need to be very square and parallel, especially when the civil work is disturbed or some architectural challenges are there. You need to make sure that your windows outer frame is fixed very correctly, square, parallel, diagonals are correct after fixing. Nowadays, to check this parallelity, I have seen in Bosch companies some small device, 5 to 7,000 it comes. if it is kept in the corner of the window, it aligns all X, Y, and Z axis, and there are some rays actually. With the help of, you can make out how much degree imbalance it is. And unless and until it comes to 0, 0, you have to keep on moving your window by putting packers and some adding agents. This was the first point. Second point, ensure that the cavity on the window is suitable for the friction stay being used. That we already discussed. The gap between the outer frame and your sash frame is the stack height. Make sure that you are using a suitable stack height friction stay. If the gap is 13, 14 and you are using a 16, 17 stack height, obviously there will be an friction and the window will get jammed from the top or wherever the load is mass distributed. In that case, the window length need to be reduced. If it is not reduced, the window will always get jammed. And if it is vice versa, if suppose the cavity required is 16, 17 and you used a 13, 14 arm, then it is required to use the packer. If you don't use the packer, there will be a gap from the top, especially in side hung. And if it is top hung, there will be gap from either side based upon your geometrical fixation. Ensure that the friction stay channel is fitted parallel to the frame. And fourth point, ensure that the fourth arm is fitted parallel to the sash. What it is, I will show you on the drawing. This is your fixing of channel in the outer frame. You have to make sure that it is fixed parallel. This channel is fixed parallel to the outer frame, and this is the fourth arm. It needs to be parallel to the sash frame. Then coming to the fifth point of the checklist, ensure that the correct fixing screws are used. The screws which are recommended from the Cotswold are 5 mm diameter stainless steel screws, countersunk. These are the standard screws which the company is proposing to be used by their customer. I repeat once again, 5 mm diameter stainless steel 316 screws we suggest our customer to use with the countersunk in all our friction stays. If you use pan head at where there is actually the arms are there will be an interference with the head of that screw and the marking will be there, and eventually there will be a sound like cur sound is there. That's why it's not suggested. We suggest to use CSK screws 5 mm diameter made up of stainless steel 316 grade. When fitting the fourth arm, only fit the screws to the slot holes first. As I explained earlier, the elliptical holes are there. You have to fix the screws first there. When you are happy with that position, you can fix the other screws which in the round holes. Ensure the end cap is fully butted up to the corner frame. If this end cap is not fully butted and there is movement in any of the three axes X, Y, and Z, it tend to fumble the window and the window will jerk and sag. That's why you need to make sure that your end cap is fully butted. Ensure all the screws are fully tightened. At couple of occasions happen that especially labor tendency is there that somebody actually pushes his work to other one or tu laga le screw, wo lagayega screw. Couple of screws they miss or they don't tight it. That's why the role of supervisor is that he should make sure that all the screws are used. First of all, 5 screws normally are there in heavy duty higher arms, and all the screws are used, 5 in the outer and 5 in the sash frame, and all are tight also. Check the cover is even around the window. That if the civil work is going on, you have to make sure the window is covered properly. A couple of occasions happens that everything is fine, the window is fabricated very well from the factory, but civil works keeps on going and whole your arm gets accumulated with the dust, with the cement, with the plaster of Paris, and people try to open the window. In that way, the slider gets damaged and there is a jerk in opening eventually after final handover. And people blame that your arm is not good. But we suggest that you make sure the window is covered fully if there is civil work going on beyond fixing of this window. on the side. Ensure the sash is to and held correctly. This is one of the important point which I like to explain in a length actually, especially in the side hung window. It happens that it happens that the window gets sagged. If imagine your पल्ले का आपका जो साइड है वो 800 mm है 900 mm है, it gets sag, वो नीचे बैठ जाता है साइड हंग विंडो के अंदर स्पेशली. In this particular scenario you need to use the packers at the head of your arm. As you can see in this photo, if this is your side hung window with a handle here, you need to put a packer at its hand, at its head in fact, and opposite side of the handle bottom. Two packers are required, but important is one which I am highlighting in the video with the help of cursor. This is important here, and bottom wala is important here. These two packers will bring the glass in the theoretical position like this. If you see to me, it will come like this, and the window will be lifted up. And when you close it, now how much thickness of the packer is required? The packers which are available in the market are from 2 mm to 10 mm, which I have seen. The thickness of the packer and the length where it is fixed, there are a couple of charts made by the experts in this field. The thickness of the packer may be from 2 mm to 10 mm, depends upon the gap between the glass and your outer frame, and the position depends upon how much lifting you need and the profile you have used, the glass you have used. It is more depend on the practical experience or practically what is required. Because what I have studied more than the charts going theoretically, the one should know the logic where need to fix, and you should carry the packer and some silicone so that the packer doesn't comes out. He has to apply some silicone, paste it with the frame, and the glass he has to remove that beading. He has to put that packer, he has to put the glass, and it will work. Similarly, in couple of occasions the window need to be actually dropped down. This I have never seen in actually, especially in the friction stays, but at couple of occasions with the butt hinges I have seen that window has drastically gone too high because of some reasons. It is required to drop the window. In this scenario, you need to actually drop down the way the packers are shown here. You need to apply the packer here and packer here and here so that window is dropped down. Hope we are short of time, that's why I'm not getting into too much of technicality of each and every point, but hope we have covered all the points of checklist also, and we end our uh, presentation of friction stays and parallel arms. And I request to participants to ask the questions. Yes, sir.